Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Balkis Azari Salsabila from 3C class. I have tasks from TEFL class to teach. So today I have my guest student in here and her name is Aza. Basically, she is my best friend, but she is still in the high school degree. So today I will teach her about reading narrative text. Here, I want to focus her to read the narrative text so she can get better understanding about reading the narrative text and about the generic structure or the language features itself. And also here, I will use a mixed language to teach Indonesian and English so that my student will get better understanding and can catch up my explanation better. Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to our main teaching. Okay, so here is my student. Her name is Aza. Okay, let's move on to our main teaching. Okay, Aza, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, so are you excited for today's class?
Yes.
See, that's great. So yeah, before we start today's class, we recite basmalah together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are going to discuss and have a class about narrative text. Before it, do you know what is narrative text?
Narrative text is
Maybe you have heard about it before, or you know the definition of it. Okay, it's okay. So we're going to learn about it today. So this is the book that I recommend to you about the narrative text. You can open it on page 17. Okay. Nah, so now I'm going to explain to you about what is narrative text. As you can read in there, narrative text is imaginary text that have purpose to entertain the readers. Jadi, narrative text adalah teks yang memiliki tujuan untuk menghibur pembacanya dengan cerita-cerita atau kisah yang imajinatif. So, like any other text, narrative text also has its generic structure. The first one is orientation, the second one is complication, and then there is resolution, and the fourth one is reorientation. So there are four main generic structure in narrative text. Jadi narrative text itu memiliki 4 main generic structure atau struktur kebahasaan. Yang pertama adalah reorientasi. Reorientasi adalah pengenalan di mana tokoh, waktu, dan latar belakang disajikan. And then there is complication atau komplikasi di mana masalah atau story cerita dalam teks naratif mulai disajikan. Lalu ada resolution. Resolution adalah di mana problems atau alur cerita dalam masalah tersebut terselesaikan. Dan yang terakhir adalah reorientation atau yang dalam bahasa Indonesia kita sebut sebagai koda. Itu adalah di mana moral value atau pesan moral dalam cerita tersebut disampaikan. Okay, so also next, narrative text also has language features atau unsur kebahasaan. Usually, narrative text has simple task and then action verb that using that simple task. So if you are find like she is climbed up with ed in behind climb, which is using past, simple past. So it is called action verb in simple past term. Ketika kita menemui ada kata-kata dalam bentuk past, itu mengindikasikan bahwa teks tersebut juga berarti merupakan teks naratif. Yes. Actually, that is the main character, but also there are some language features like using conjunction atau kata hubung, and then there is some, like maybe you ever read a text and it says like once upon a time, at a long ago, kayak indikasi tempat maupun waktu dalam masa lampau itu juga merupakan indikasi bahwa teks tersebut adalah teks naratif. Nah, oh yeah, I also forgot to explain that narrative text is actually can be fable, myth, folklore, legend, etc. Jadi naratif teks itu dapat berupa seperti fabel, lalu mitos, legenda, cerita rakyat. Maybe you have like Sangkuriang or even Snow White or fabel seperti cerita hewan-hewan itu juga termasuk dalam teks naratif seperti itu. Jadi mungkin if you find out a certain story, short story about something that is imaginary, it is okay. Okay, so now you will understand about that? Or yeah, maybe you want to ask me some question that you haven't understand yet? Okay, so let's move on. Here, because you know the basic understanding about narrative text, I want you to find the narrative text maybe in Google or books, etc. It's okay.
Yang lakukan aja Indonesia.
Okay.
Gak ada yang
Okay. It's okay. You may take your time to just find out what is and where is the narrative text that is for you is easier to read and understand. It doesn't have to be long. If it is short, it's okay. Okay. pronunciation is hard.
Yes. Can you say it?
Okay,
I didn't know.
it's okay. Let's find it together. Yes, it's okay. Take your time. Let's we can be just easy today. How about this? It's pretty short. True friends.
Okay.
It is okay? Yeah, you can read it then. You can read it first, and then we will discuss it later.
True friends. Once upon a time, there were two close friends who were walking through the forest together. They knew. Apa ya Miss bacanya?
There,
Yang
they knew. Yes.
they knew that anything dangerous can happen anytime in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
India atau India?
In there.
In the forest.
Mm-hmm.
So they promised each other that they would always be together in any case of danger. Suddenly, they saw a large bear getting closer toward them. One of them climbed a nearby tree and watched. But unfortunately, the other one didn't know how to climb up the tree. So, being led by his camels,
Mm-hmm.
he lay down on the ground
Mm.
with leaves and pretended three camels
Pretended.
pretended to be a dead man.
Mm.
The bear came near the one who was lying on the ground. It smelled in his ears and slowly left
Mm.
the place because the bears don't want to touch the creatures.
Mm-hmm.
After that, the friend on the tree came down and asked the friend that was on the ground, "Friend, what did bear Tolong ya Mid ya.
Yes. It's okay. Just read it slowly.
Friend, what did the bear whisper into your ears?
Mm-hmm.
The other friend replied, "Just know the bear advised me not to believe at false friends."
Okay.
That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. So, that was a really great reading from you. And now I have certain questions to ask. Um, what do you think about this passage, this narrative text? Do you understand it clearly or? Oh yeah, why? Is there any word that you don't understand?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. For example, what word that you don't understand, or maybe there are sentences that you don't clear the meaning.
Ellen, bahasa Indonesia ya, Miss, ya?
Yes, it's okay.
Saya kalau baca bahasa Inggris itu dua kali. Yang pertama,
Okay.
aku baca tokoh-tokohnya.
Mhm.
Baru yang kedua, aku coba pahami artinya. Jadi
Okay.
kalau sekali baca aku nggak paham.
It's okay if you want to read it again so that you can get better understanding. You may just read it by yourself and understand it if you are bothered by the pronunciation.
Ya,
Kalau bingung pronunciation-nya nggak apa-apa dibaca sendiri aja.
Miss,
Mhm.
ini gimana ya? Yang beer kan?
The bear came near the one who was lying on the ground. That sentence, kalimat itu. Jadi, you may actually check your dictionary to find the words that you find it difficult. Maybe you don't know about what is came, or what is near, or what is lying. It's okay if you find it first. If you haven't find it, you can ask me again. Yes, came is actually the verb to or past form for come. Jadi kalau simple presentnya adalah come atau datang, then came is the past form of it. Yeah, like I was mentioned earlier that the language features of the narrative text is using simple past. Yeah. So the bear came near the one. Jadi beruang datang mendekati satu orang tersebut who was lying on the ground. Yang mana dia lying is, you know, no, maybe another word. Yes.
Apa ya, Miss? Tulisannya gimana?
L
L
I
L I.
E. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Lying.
Oh, I'm sorry that LIE is actually berbohong. But this one we are using the context of LAY. LIE. Yeah. It's kind of the same for the pronunciation, but the written form and the context is different.
Ini untuk past time.
Yeah. So, late is actually late. Oh, no, maybe another word. Berbaring.
Oh, berbalik.
Yeah, actually, lying is the verb ing of lay, which is berbaring. Berarti, the bear came near the one who was lying on the ground. Beruang tersebut mendekati seseorang yang tengah berbaring di permukaan tanah. Yes. Now, we're understanding, or maybe another word that you don't understand.
Okay, Miss.
It's okay. Now you understand about it. Okay. So I also want to ask you after you read this text, can you retell? Can you explain again to me about this narrative text, maybe in your own word, your Indonesian, it's okay.
Tadi itu Indonesia ya Mas?
Yeah, it's okay.
Tadi itu ada dua teman yang di Jepang dan mereka itu teman dekat. Terus suatu saat ada predator lah istilahnya.
Ya.
Dan predator yang mengancam mereka. Terus si teman yang pertama ini bilang, lebih baik kita manjat pohon. Terus yang kedua tuh bilang, jangan manjat pohon, berbaring aja di tanah gitu. Karena kan teman yang satunya ini dia nggak bisa manjat. Akhirnya dia yang nggak bisa manjat ini berbaring di tanah. Akhirnya dia pura-pura mati di atas tanah. Terus predator tadi nyamperin, terus bisikin di telinga yang dia di tanah tadi ya, jangan mempercayai apa ya itu? Jangan mempercayai. Kenapa sih kalau nggak salah? Ya bisa dulu.
Ya.
Oh iya, beruang itu bilang jangan mempercayai teman palsu.
Oh yeah, that was great. That was a great explanation, and that it tell me. Okay, so can you tell me again about the characters in this story, like tokoh atau tempat, alur? It's okay.
Tempatnya di mana?
Yes.
Apa tadi alur?
Ya.
Alurnya maju. Terus tokohnya itu siapa ya? Dua hewannya itu nggak disebutin soalnya. Ada dua temannya.
Yeah.
Terus beruang. Udah.
Okay, great. And then, what do you think? I mean, like what I explained earlier, that narrative text has typical form like myth, mythos, fabel, and then slice of life, kejadian dalam kehidupan, and then recount story, kisah hidup yang disampaikan kembali, and then there is legend. What do you think about this text? It is one of those, whether it is fable or slice of life. What do you think?
I think it's
Fable, okay, because there is animal in it. Okay. Okay, and then let's we move on. Let's we dig deeper about this text. I want you to pour this text into its generic structure. Where is the reorientation? Where is the orientation? Where is the complication? Can you find it?
I will try.
Yes.
Yang pertama itu apa nih?
The first one is orientation.
Itu kan once upon a time sampai place of danger.
Yes.
Nah, dia menceritakan suasana.
Great.
Next itu apa nih? Complication. Complication start from suddenly they show a large bear sampai pretended to be a dead man.
Great.
Nah itu apa ya, menceritakan kericuhan nih. Tiba-tiba beruang datang.
Yeah.
And
First,
then
the story is developed. Then,
apa nih selanjutnya?
the resolution.
Ya, resolution.
Yeah,
Resolutionnya dari ini the deer came near the one until mana ya di sini?
Until
The creatures atau false friend.
yeah, it is actually belief of false friend. Nah, in here we don't see any coda or reorientation. I just wonder if you can make it for me, like bisa nggak you creating new reorientation for me. Bisa nggak bikin kodanya berdasarkan cerita ini? Karena di sini tidak diberikan reorientasi.
Menurut saya, pesan moralnya dari cerita itu, seorang teman sejati yang ada saat kita butuhkan adalah teman yang sebenarnya. Jadi dia tidak akan meninggalkan kita.
Oh, that is a really deep moral value ya, sangat dalam sekali moral value-nya. And then, okay, let's we move on to dig about language features. What do you see in here about the language features of narrative text? Apa yang membuat teks ini menjadi narrative text berdasarkan language features atau unsur kebahasaannya?
I found one time. Berarti kan
Yeah.
dia bilang sesuatu.
Yeah, great.
And then there are too many past tense.
Oh yeah.
And the tokoh
Uh-huh.
tokohnya adalah binatang. Jadi saya menyimpulkan itu naratif teks karena tokohnya itu fiktif.
Oh yes, yes. That was great. Okay. So now you are really understand about this text, and I believe that you understand through you answer my question. So you are understand deeply about narrative text. Okay. So maybe you want to ask me another question, maybe about the narrative text itself or the text, this story.
What dia Miss? I think belum ada kayaknya Miss.
So you will now understand about it?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm really happy that you are understand and mastering today's material about narrative text. Now you know the definition, the generic structure, the language features of narrative text, and also the types of narrative text that I already explained earlier. And you can answer my questions, you can answer the test pretty well. Actually, the time is up. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's why I'm really happy that you understand today's material by the time that actually already time up. And then let's just reclose our class today by recite Hamdalah together. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you so much, Azza, for your participation in our class today. Actually, I have one question again for you. It is actually a personal question. How do you think about today's material that we learned?
I think saya rasa kalau materi ini tuh bisa menambah wawasan saya tentang teks naratif karena saya sendiri juga baru tahu kalau ada naratif teks.
Oh yeah.
Saya belum pernah kenal sebelumnya.
Okay, so that's great. Yeah, thank you so much for joining today's class, and I hope that today's material will bring a lot of benefits for us. Thank you.
Dulu listening English ya.
So yeah, that was my experience teaching with Aza, and today is really a wonderful day to teach. I was really happy to teach her because she can catch my explanation and she can answer my questions so well, even though she not really fluent in speaking English and explain her answer. But I believe that she now gets better understanding in narrative text and yeah, so on. I believe today's class will bring positive impacts and benefits both for the teacher and the student itself. Thank you so much for watching today's video about me teaching my friend. See you in the next video.